Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the All Access Studio. I'm your co-host, Marty Finn. So joining me now is our Senior Director of Global Solutions at LinkedIn, Jennifer Brannigan. Jen, welcome so much to the studio.
Thanks for having me, Marty.
Great to have you. So to start off a little bit, can you share with the audience a little bit more about your role at LinkedIn and what you do here?
Yeah, sure. So I head up a team called Global Solutions, and we are the team of employer branding experts as well as content marketing experts that help companies really think about their employer branding strategy and how to activate it on the LinkedIn platform and beyond.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you know this better than anyone. You've been at LinkedIn for 8 years, is it?
Yes, eight and a half.
8.5, but who's counting? So an OG. LinkedIn tradition, we've been doing with a lot of our guests. What is something that the audience would not know about you based on your LinkedIn profile?
Oh, this old one. You would think I would have amazing answers after 8.5 years. Let's see.
I would normally challenge you to be like, one I haven't heard since you and I have worked together for 4 years, but I'm going to let you off easy. So.
Okay, so you wouldn't know from my LinkedIn profile that I have 3 kids, and so being a working mama is something that I'm very passionate about, and I am also a passionate but mediocre tennis player.
All right, awesome. How long have you been playing tennis?
2 years, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Look out.
My new workout of choice.
Look out, Monica Seles, which
I
may or
know.
may not. Is that even a recent sports reference? Yeah, she's
kinda
still
old.
in the game. Is she not?
That's very 80s.
Okay, well, see, you know what a sports nut I am, Jen. Come
I can
on.
tell.
I
I
mean,
can tell.
at least I got the right sport.
That's right.
That's a win for me. That's a win for me. So Jen, you created a podcast recently called
did.
Talk to the Brand. So can you share a little bit about why you created this?
Sure. So I speak to customers quite often around employer branding strategies and why it's important. And while it feels like every organization understands that talent is the way that they win, we are now operating in this world where talent has more opportunities than ever before. There is high competition and a shortage of key skills. And the new generation of the workforce really cares about brand, about purpose, about mission. And so while organizations understand the need to have an ironclad branding strategy, a lot of them don't know how to go about delivering it. And what Talk to the Brand is all about is providing tools, examples, resources, success stories from employer brand practitioners, CMOs, CHROs, of how they've created brands and what they're doing that's innovative in the employer branding space. I want to capture these stories and share them out broadly so that everybody has the opportunity to really build and execute an employer branding strategy.
Yeah, so I mean, again, it's that idea of a company, and we've talked about this a lot already in the studio with jobs optimization. So we were working with an expert yesterday on helping some customers who submitted job posts to be optimized. And what his recommendations were was that you've got to put in the why.
Yep.
You've got to share why you're selling not just the job, but the company, right?
You're telling your story, and it needs to be your true, authentic human voice. You need to make a connection with someone.
Yeah.
I mean, changing jobs is the most visceral, emotional decision that someone can make. They're not going to do it transactionally based on a few words on a page. They need to feel like they belong, and that's why employer branding is so important.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite simply the theory of the way a company markets a product to a customer. You have to market yourself as an employer to that candidate.
Absolutely.
Makes perfect sense to me. All right, so we're going to, before we jump into things, we're going to show a brief clip of Jen's upcoming podcast series. So stay tuned and check that out.
Every company has an employer brand, whether they like it or not, whether they're investing in it or not. And the importance of employer branding is only on the rise, as more and more C-suite executives are saying their biggest concern about achieving their business objectives is a shortage of the right talent. I'm Jen Brannigan, and I head up a team here at LinkedIn that works with customers on employer branding strategy as well as content marketing. And I'm here on this podcast to talk to all of you about these key topics in employer branding and more. I look forward to sharing some more episodes with you in the coming weeks as I talk to employer branding and TA leaders at one of our upcoming customer conferences.
All right, well, based on that snippet alone, like I'm a subscriber, so like
Great.
sold. So I want to go back to something you said before we shared the video clip on some companies just have a hard time getting started.
Yep.
What are, from your experience and where you sit in the business, what are some of the biggest challenges or most common challenges that the companies have?
Yep. So I would say executive ownership. So the C-suite truly being invested that they own their company's culture and employer brand. Partnership with marketing communications. Some organizations are just incredibly siloed, and to the theme of Talent Connect, we think that they're better together, and we want to help them figure out how to do that. Budgets, resources, and frankly, sometimes it's just around analysis paralysis. Like, we don't have an EVP, we don't know where to start, this is very overwhelming. And Talk to the Brand will really, action around providing tools, tips, advice, and guidance to really get started.
Amazing. So you mentioned Better Together, the theme of our conference.
Yep.
You sit on our global solutions team for LinkedIn
Yep.
across the entire organization. What does Better Together mean for you and how we're working and partnering with our customers going forward, you and your team?
Yeah, absolutely. So Better Together, it's really beautiful to me when my team and an organization can work together to define a strategy, and when that strategy delivers value for a company. We are better together when we conceptualize it and execute. And then when I talk to my customers, being better together for them, it's like bringing the different parts of the organization together. Like, talent acquisition and marketing are better together. And if they work together, they can actually achieve some really mutually beneficial goals.
Right. And have you seen that partnership start to increase over the years, having been in this role and been working with companies in this capacity for some time?
Great question. I've been at 9 Talent Connects now, and I can tell you where we are today versus where we were when we started. The shift has been absolutely incredible. There's still work to go, but the rate of change with how TA and marketing are starting to partner together has been really, really just incredible to see.
Yeah, it's interesting. You say you've been to 9 Talent Connects. This is my 4th Talent Connect. To look at the agenda and see separate learning tracks for talent branding, and more resources and keynotes around, like, it's
come a
very
long
clear.
way, Marty. We've come a long way.
We've come a long way, baby. Here we go. This is the new pink. Talent
right.
brand is the new pink. I love it. So in terms of audience takeaways with your podcast, what do you want the key takeaways for the audience to be?
So first of all, to feel inspired that they too can do this, despite whatever their organization looks like, whether it's heavily matrixed or global or small. Like, everyone can have an employer brand. Frankly, as I said in the promo, everyone has one, whether they're investing in it or not, right? So I want to be able to help inspire them, to help forge connections with others who are doing it well, to help them take away actionable tips and tools to get started today.
Okay, awesome. And so what can we expect to see? Who's going to be on the podcast? What are you talking about? Like, give me some sneak previews here. Let me have some breaking news on the live.
All right. A few sneak previews. So first of all, I'm super excited to be here at Talent Connect, where we have amazing employer branding practitioners. So I have the opportunity to interview quite a few customers here. I'm going to be interviewing heads of TA, a couple of CMOs, and I was super excited to interview Mariana Atencio, who I believe you had on the
She was in the studio yesterday.
She has a really amazing story about finding your true, authentic human voice and not being afraid to share it. And I think there's so many practical applications of her message to organizations trying to find who they are and what their brand is truly all about.
Yeah, the line of people outside the studio waiting to speak to her yesterday after her interview,
she's pretty incredible.
That's going to be amazing. She was fantastic. Great. So we know the podcast is coming out soon.
Yep.
But as we start to wrap up our time here together, where can people where people be able to find your podcast?
So connect with me on LinkedIn or follow my Instagram, Talk to the Brand, and we will share all of the upcoming release dates there.
Okay, so the Instagram handle is @TalkToTheBrand.
That's right.
Okay, I'm following it.
And I'm Jennifer Brannigan at LinkedIn.
Jennifer Brannigan at LinkedIn. All right, Jen. Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio with us today. It was great to have you here.
Thanks for having
Good luck
me.
with the podcast.
Thank you.
I'm excited to listen,
excited.
to hear it. And with that, everybody, stay tuned. We will be back with more Talent Connect 2019 on the live stream coming up soon.